So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, a big, warm round of applause for our first open mic participant, Circus Mouse!
I don't think I really need a stage, do I? Welcome to September the 1st, 2023. It's Friday and I'm in the gallery here. Got a few things to do today. Got to take down these paintings and get the gallery ready for Giant number 3. This is not a guidebook. And then afterwards I got to practice my comedy. For tonight, there's an open mic night at the ROR Comedy Club in Namba. And I'm gonna go down there and just have some fun, I hope. It's a much more serious, proper comedy club than the place I previously went to a few months ago. I think I know what I'm gonna do. I've got my 5 minutes. I've written it, I've practiced it quite a few times. It's basically all one topic, but a few bits and pieces. But we'll see how it goes.
Warren is going to do 5 minutes of an open mic comedy at this ROR club. And so what drives you to want to get up on stage and make people laugh?
That's a very good question. Why would I want to do that? I've already done it a few times and with very mixed success, so why would I do it? And to be honest, I don't know the answer. No, wait! It's for the content. That's what it's for the content. YouTube, that's why.
That is Warren practicing his 5-minute set. I gave him some space so he can go practice. He's working on it right now. Working on his 5-minute set. As the beautiful boat sails on by.
Okay, let's get it on, shall we? Right. Wanker! Wanker! We'll come back to that later, okay? Recently, I received an email from someone in their own words, is very careful and never makes mistakes. They had hacked into my computer and they had made a compilation video of me, and again their own words, on the left shows me happily masturbating, and on the right shows the video I was watching at the time. And in return, I have to pay, in return for not showing everybody in my address book the video, I have to pay a shitload of cryptocurrency, which of course I just have lying around. Has anyone else had this? It's quite a common scam, yeah? So you know what I'm talking about, okay? Alright. I wrote back. I said 2 things. Number 1, go for it. Anyone who knows me sees this will be thinking, he can still do that shit at his age? Number 2, can you send me the address of the website I was looking at last Wednesday, 3 p.m. local time, because I can't find it again. Have you noticed with men, it's wank, jerk off, beat the meat, 5-finger shuffle, spanking the monkey. But with women, It is a sensual journey of self-discovery, culminating in fulfilling and, the most important part, satisfying waves of ecstasy. I tell you guys, we're doing something wrong. You're over there. Wanker! We'll come back to that later. I've always been fascinated by insults which aren't actually insults. I'll give you an example. Once I was walking down the street in Cairns, in Northern Australia, and guys walking towards me. He said, "Have you got the time, bro?" I said, "That's nice. He thinks we're siblings." Or he's referring to brotherly love. Now, siblings is a bit of a stretch, so I went for brotherly love. I said, "Sure, man. You want a hug?" He just he's back like this. He goes, "Fuck off, white cunt." I said, "Wow, your powers of observation are impeccable." I am pale. I'm very pale. And I do like vaginas. I'll just repeat that bit because I was interrupted there. I do like vaginas. I've been lucky enough in my life so far to have had wonderful experiences with Anglo-Saxon, Middle Eastern, African, Asian, and First Nation vaginas. He looks at me and he goes, "Wanker." I said, "Man, you know me so well. It's like we really are brothers." But you're right. In between vaginas, I do masturbate. Don't you? Now you're probably thinking, what the hell is all this wanking about? This is a good question, and I'll tell you. I'm here tonight because I'm an amateur. And a few months ago, I went to see how professional comedians do it. And I'll tell you, they are totally at it. They are wanking like there's no tomorrow. They must be possibly the biggest wankers in town. There was 4 of them. There's 2 Americans, there was Brit and Japanese, all guys. One American talked about he had to schedule his wanking when his wife was out of the house, but one day she came back early and she found his tissue. She's like, "Have you been wanking?" And then the second guy told a 12-year-old in the audience to ask his father, who was sitting next to him, what wanking was about. But like, do you really need to tell a 12-year-old these days? I don't think so. A British guy told about wanking to internet porn while his real girlfriend was lying asleep beside him. But real girlfriend? I don't think so. And if she was real, she was probably pretending to be asleep. Now the Japanese guy, he was much too polite to talk about it. So the main thing I learned that night is the bigger wanker you are, the more laughs you get. And going by the response this evening, I have a lot more wanking to do. Starting now. Thank you very much. It's a week since I've been in the gallery, I think. Yeah, about a week. I've been busy with all sorts of things at home. Updating the website, actually, the gallery's website. One new page and one revamped page. One to do with the story of why I do my art and the kind of reasoning behind it, etc. And then the kind of archive page of all the paintings I've done over the years, or most of them anyway. Some of them are missing. And surprisingly, quite a few are in private collection. They're scattered out around the world. There's more than I thought, actually. I'm in the gallery because I got this set up for Giant. This is Not A Guidebook number 3, which starts tomorrow. And as you can see, there's nothing on the walls yet. I've just been around to the 7-Eleven to do a lot of printing. Lots of information about the exhibition. Things like what it's all about. Poster, price list as well, of course. Gotta have a price list. If you're getting something printed in Japan, and you don't go to a traditional printer, like you go to the convenience store, I recommend, well, do I recommend? I suggest you go to 7-Eleven. Usually got the best printer. Family Mart, bit ropey and lots of buttons to push to get through to where you want to go. Like, are you ready for this? Are you ready for that? Are you okay with this? Are you okay with that? That's Family Mart. It's just beep, 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 beep for ages. I find the 7-Eleven printers to be the easiest to use and the best quality. But that's not an endorsement, by the way. 7-Eleven is not paying me anything for that. Well, done. Took such a long time. I don't know why. Just could not get it together in the beginning. The first hour was just torture. It took so long, in fact, that the phone battery died. Even on hyperlapse. That's how long it took. Maybe it's the exhibition that just doesn't want to happen. You get those sometimes. Gotta come in early tomorrow. Just tidy up. As always, a few last minute jobs to do before the masses arrive, the hordes of tourists engulf the gallery with their eager anticipation of being shown the unbeaten tracks of Kansai. Hey, it's the end of the first day of This Is Not A Guidebook number 3. As we know, I leave everything to the last minute, but today I was finished about 2 hours before we opened. Yeah, pretty good, hey? That's because I got here very early. I was here by 10 o'clock, I think. Yeah, so we should have been ready, and we were. And yeah, been a fun day, busy day. I've been doing a lot of editing for the new random diary, this one. And a couple of visitors who stayed quite a while, had a bit of a chat about photography and, you know, exposing off the beaten track areas of Kansai to people who don't know about them, that kind of thing. But yeah, it was good. It's Wednesday the 13th of September. Today the 13th is actually a very special day for me in my life. We've got two big things happening today. The first one, we're expanding the t-shirt business. Popé T. Chief decided that we needed to move into an e-commerce online shop. So we're doing that. What I like about it is that I have more flexibility and a bit more freedom to mess around with the website. How it looks, the appearance. I can tweak a few things, get a feel, make it feel like it's our label, and as I said, I can tweak. It's a template, yes, but I can tweak it and play around with it, have fun with it. The new shop will be on Base. It's a Japanese e-commerce site, but it's very big, probably the biggest. Anybody can access the website. The shop anywhere in the world, and the company that's doing the printing of the t-shirts has printers all over the world, so there's also that added flexibility there for customers wherever they may be, here in Japan or elsewhere. So that'll be good. Check it out. This is the site, this is how it looks. Popé T on Base. And the other thing is I have to go now, go to get changed because I'm on a road trip kind of this afternoon. Go and visit a place in the eastern suburbs of Osaka. And you're probably wondering why. I'll talk about it more when I'm out there. Well, here I am, got changed, and where am I? That's a good question. I'm going to show you, and then I'll do a little 360, okay? That's right, we're here. Kintetsu Yao. Right, here I am, deepest, darkest Yao-shi, Yao City. And the reason we're out here is because 30 years ago, when I first came to Japan, on this day, this is where I lived, this house here. And my first few years in Japan, I lived in that place, right there. Actually standing on a road which didn't exist 30 years ago. It says progress, more roads. And you'll hear a lot of sounds in the background because there are lots of small businesses around here, industry, making parts for bigger companies, which is what the chief's father used to do. And it's blurred because I don't want, in the future, if I ever become a famous artist, I don't want thousands of people coming here to say, oh, this is where he first lived, right here. Now, I haven't been here for 20 years, actually. And I haven't lived here for 25 years, but this used to be a nice garden. Someone used to grow vegetables and things here. Totally overgrown. This side, however, this side's still going strong. They've always been growing stuff here. So that's good to see that. Now over there is a big housing estate. And we're going to walk back through there to catch the bus to the next stop. This park used to be all sand. And used to have Bon Odori dances here in the summertime. It's all overgrown, like most of this place around here. A lot of it's overgrown. Right, here I am at Hanazono Station. Just gonna wait for this train to go through. Right. Okay, yeah, Hanazono is the station kind of on the other side of where we were outside the house before. So we were kind of halfway between Yao and Hanazono. So I used to come here often, but not this station. This actually, when I used to come here, this station was at ground level and much, much smaller. Kintetsu raised it and built this brand new station a few years ago. I was going to take more footage when I was over there, around the house in that area, but to be honest, it was a little bit kind of, I wouldn't say depressing, but I think the biggest surprise was how overgrown everything was, especially around the housing estate. That housing estate, there's another train coming. Which way is this going? It's coming from behind me this time. That housing estate is owned by Osaka prefectural government, and I guess they're spending all the money on the expo rather than the places where people live. Anyway, on my way home. Okay, back in the city. A few hours in suburbia, I think that's enough. An interesting afternoon. Actually, after I got on the train at Hanazono, I bumped into Yoshimura-san, who used to be the president of Holbein, as a company that makes acrylics and oil paints and artist supplies, based in Osaka. Very old company, and his family have run it for a long time. And I bumped into him on the train, just like that. And yeah, we had a good chat. He's asking me, he says, what's happening with the gallery? I said, that's a very good question. It's little kind of random moments like that is what I love about Japan.